PPW Nation, we're back with you here on Prairie Pro Wrestling's YouTube channel for another great matchup here. We're glad you were able to join us. I'm one half of the Video Bros. I'm Bobby Munson, and the man beside me, the man with the angelic voice, Papa Smokes. Papa Smokes, happy Saturday to you, sir. How are you doing?
Ooh, yeah, Munson, I'm doing great, and this is a shout-out to all my PPW people out there.
We've got a great matchup here for you guys today as, things are falling apart because we've got the return of that man right there, the ever-dangerous Dixie Dragon. And when I say return, this is actually his return to a Saskatchewan ring. He's been gone for a little while. You and I are very familiar with this man, Papa Smokes, a very dangerous individual inside that squared circle, and he is making his Prairie Pro Wrestling official debut here tonight. And again, he's getting things off to a chaotic start with the rampway falling apart for the Dixie Dragon.
I mean, even our door or our entranceway can't take the power of the Dixie Dragon. That's quite the way to make an entrance and quite the way to make a first impression with the PPW fans.
This is going to be quite the matchup here, Papa Smokes. The Dixie Dragon, we have seen this man taking out some of the best talent for years. This guy has got lots of experience underneath his belt, and we're going to see that on display for the first time in a Prairie Pro Wrestling ring here tonight. But he is going to be going up against one of the big fan favorites here. The PPW Nation absolutely love his opponent, and that is Rocket Shoes Tony Novak, who, again, a star on the rise. We have seen this kid for many, many years, continues to improve each and every time. But, man, could he be in some deep trouble when it comes to fighting Dixie Dragon here tonight, Papa Smokes?
Well, he could be. Taking a visual look at the two of them, it would look like Tony Novak would be in trouble, but Novak is not worried about a size differential in any match he gets in because he's got the speed, the agility, and the aerial moves to counter any size difference.
And let's not forget, he's also got the energy from the PPW Nation to back him up in order to get him through this thing. But he is definitely going to need it. Like we said, the experience of the Dixie Dragon is going to be a big factor in this one. And, of course, that size as well, too. And he's got a mean streak a mile long, Papa Smokes.
Yeah, you know, Munson, we've seen the Dixie Dragon wrestle throughout Saskatchewan for a number of years now. He's been tag team champion in these parts. He's been in feuds. He's been in all kinds of matches for many years now. This guy knows how to wrestle a wrestling match. He knows how to use his size, and he's going to take it to Tony Novak here. He's not going to fall for any of these tricks. Look at the size of this guy. He's got a big back, big shoulders, and big arms. He's going to try and use that power against Tony Novak.
And he's even kind of mocking the size of young Tony Novak here. Again, maybe that could be to the detriment of the Dixie Dragon, though. He does not want to underestimate Tony Novak, as many opponents have done before and wound up finding themselves getting pinned by this guy. Tony Novak will use that speed, that agility, and he will use that ability to come back out of nowhere to roll up an opponent, take a victory. He has done it many times here at Prairie Pro Wrestling, and he could very well do it again here tonight.
And Tony Novak not lacking in any spirit, too. He's having none of the guff from Dixie Dragon here. They've exchanged some trash talk, a couple of shoves, and now, boom, this match is on its way.
And just like that, look at that, Papa Smokes. It's Tony Novak with the early advantage in this one. A beautiful Hurricanrana takes the Dixie Dragon down again. Just not really prepared for his opponent here tonight. Unfocused at the moment. He's going to have to get his head back in this thing because Novak is on a hot streak as we have kicked off this matchup.
Ooh.
Novak going for the early cover, hooks that leg, but only a one count. Again, taking that opportunity, Tony Novak, that's what he's known for. But again, you're going to have to do a hell of a lot more to keep the Dixie Dragon down. And Tony with the roll up here. Getting very close on that opportunity. Wow. Still not enough to put Dixie away.
Dixie Dragon's got to get his bearings in this match because Tony Novak's just used his speed to come out to an early advantage. But now maybe we're going to see this match slow down a little bit because Dixie Dragon's going to use that power, that weight advantage, and looks like he's ready to put a beating onto Tony Novak.
And again, if you want to see Tony Novak, Dixie Dragon, and many of your other favorite Prairie Pro Wrestling stars in a live capacity, then we encourage you to do so, to get down and join the PPW Nation live in Saskatoon, as our next show is going to be live Saturday, April the 22nd. It is Prairie Pro Wrestling presents Bridge City Beatdown. We've got a killer main event. Champion Cheek Akbar Shabazz defending against Colton Kelly for the second time. And just announced as well, too, we have got Cannonball Kelly taking on El Asesino. A lot of blood shed between these four men, and we're going to see a kickoff at Prairie Pro Wrestling presents Bridge City Beatdown. And I would very much expect to see Tony Novak and Dixie Dragon there in some capacity as well, too. Who their opponents will be, not too sure just yet, but I guarantee you, just like they are right now, the PPW Nation will be electric throughout the entire night.
And here we go, Novak trying to make a little comeback here, driving some punches into the midsection of Dixie Dragon, but Dragon again using that power and just basically throwing Rocket Shoes Novak back to the corner there. And now he's going to give him the Irish whip.
And every move that Dixie Dragon is putting on looks like it hurts like hell.
Oh, again, especially that one.
Tony Novak absolutely flattened there. The referee checking on him, and Dixie Dragon has slowed this thing down, taking his time, working it to his own advantage. Again, he would prefer the slower game as opposed to what Tony Novak brings to the table with that speed and agility we talk so much about. And a thunderous right punch there from the Dixie Dragon. Tony Novak is on Dream Street at this point. Tony still got some fighting in there, though, Papa Smokes, as he's hitting those right fists right into the midsection of Dixie Dragon. Goes to try to roll him up, but again, that power of Dixie Dragon. Oh, man, double stomp to the chest.
Oh, Lord.
I believe Novak's ribcage just collapsed into his lungs there, Papa Smokes. That has got to be a good 260 pounds of pure fury coming straight down on the chest of Tony Novak.
And Novak in a bad way at this point. Dixie Dragon almost looking like he's toying with Novak at this point. Gonna twist him up here.
This is not looking good for Tony at all. All twisted up and looking like he's in a world of pain. What could Dixie Dragon have in store from there? Oh boy, here we go. Novak's up for a ride. Oh, good God.
What in the world is going on here? Is this a pro wrestling match or a street fight? He just curb stomped him, Munson.
Novak is completely out of this, Papa Smokes. I think that Dixie Dragon needs to just end this thing, a mercy, so to speak. Damn it. Oh. How did Tony Novak kick out, Papa Smokes? I was certain this thing was over. This kid, the fight in him is absolutely mind-blowing. To kick out of that, how could you even want to kick out of that? That was devastating beyond belief.
Yeah, I don't like the direction this match is going, Munson. I like to see a nice physical finish in a match, but that particular move with the stomp to the back of the head and the face into the mat is just... Oh, look at this roll-up.
Just about takes the Dixie Dragon out there. Again, take your eye off the prize for just a moment, and Tony Novak could end up picking up a victory. Look, again, that speed and agility on display. Look at him, just mastering his way through the ropes, Papa Smokes. Tony Novak now heading up to the very top. Dixie Dragon trying to wipe off the cobwebs, and that missile dropkick from Tony Novak. The Dixie Dragon is down. This is his opportunity, that little bit of a chance for Tony Novak to fire up with the PPW Nation and come back from this thing.
Whoa. Tornado DDT, big move there. Quick cover.
Whew.
So
I think
close.
Like half a second, Papa Smokes, and that would have been all over for the Dixie Dragon on his Prairie Pro Wrestling debut. And what an accolade that would be for Tony Novak to add to the list of victories won over the Dixie Dragon.
Well, this match is wild, Munson. I thought it was over, completely over after the Dixie Dragon stomped Novak's face into the mat, and look at the offense that Novak's been able to mount since then. Now it looks like Dixie Dragon in a little bit of trouble, except that he's got Novak on the top rope now. Uh-oh.
Oh, no. This isn't looking good for Tony. And in that torture rack, oh man, that's not a move we've seen a whole lot these days, Papa Smokes, but that is a classic right there.
Yeah, that's a hanging backbreaker. Maybe you remember Big John Studd used to use that.
Tony Novak, I want to say that he was going for the 639 here. If we're talking Saskatchewan, we could say this 306 as well too, whichever one you want to go with. I think the 639 has a perfect ring to it, but taking advantage. Tony's hooking the leg. 1, 2. No way, Papa Smokes! God. Tony Novak picks up a miraculous victory here today. The PPW Nation are on their feet. Did you see this coming?
This is insane. Just like I said 3 minutes ago in this match, I thought Tony Novak was finished, maybe for good in professional wrestling. He came back and won this match. That is absolutely insane. Hey, look at these two.
Yeah, you bet. Big PPW Nation fans right there, as well as Tony Novak fans, always out to see their favorite. And Tony Novak with a huge victory over the Dixie Dragon. Congratulations, Novak. You fought hard, and you deserved every bit of that win. And again, that's what happens when you train hard and you keep that fighting spirit about you, Papa Smokes. You could be just like Tony Novak right there, and you could be on the rise with Prairie Pro Wrestling. If you haven't done so already, I encourage you to give us a subscribe, a follow, a like, whatever you can do. Check us out on all of social media, and join us each and every Saturday right here for more Prairie Pro Wrestling action. In the meantime and in between time, this is the Video Bros signing off.